center in beautiful Guanacaste, Costa Rica. What is Rythmia? Rythmia is a life advancement center, a one-week program that is different from anything being offered anywhere in the world. It's unique to us. It has four nights of ayahuasca, breath work, yoga, meditation, workshops, farm-to-table organic food, the cleanse, all of these things into 1 week. That is amazing. And because of that, 22,913 guests have been through our doors. Almost 23,000 people, enough to populate a small town. The interesting part, 98.06%, that's 986 out of every 1,000, say that they had a life-changing miracle during their stay. A life-changing miracle during their stay. The better part of it, at 6 months, they get a survey. It's the last survey we give people. And 90.22% say that this miracle is still working in their life. But the bigger statement is that this was the week that changed their life. And because of this, we get like A-listers from all different types of genres and entertainment segments. We get boxers and golfers and musical artists and thought leaders, from various things, biohackers, health-related folks, psychology folks, actors and actresses, and sports of all different types of athletics, professional tennis players, hockey players, golfers, all come here and have this experience. And they come here to this little dot in the map in Guanacaste, Costa Rica, instead of going elsewhere in the world to get this, because we're the only place that has it. The only place. So because of that, some people come here and they decide to join our board. You say, like, who's on our board? Kelly Slater, the world's greatest surfer. Cesar Millan, the dog whisperer. Ron White, the comedian. Like the most amazing comedian. You might have caught his segment on Two Bears in One Cave about us, or Joe Rogan Experience about us. And then we get tons of other people. Frank Biden, Joe Biden's brother, came here and joined our board while his brother was a sitting president. Talk about being vetted. Imagine the vetting process that Rythmia had to go through to have that happen. Just let that set in. And tons of other thought leaders and business people and billionaires that have came here, decided to join our board of directors to help us. And then on top of that, the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of A-list celebrities who come here and experience it. And then normal people, just like me and you, come here and have this experience happen. And it is wild, life-changing. And when I say life-changing, I mean life-changing. 922 out of every 1,000 people at 6 months say this was the week that changed their life. That's amazing stuff. So a lot of people have commented that my numbers hold adverse selection. So what does that mean? And it's kind of true, because the 22,913 people that came here, of which 98.06% got a miracle. They reported that they had a miracle. What is the adverse selection? Well, I'll tell you what it is. They were sick of their past and they were ready for change. That is the adverse selection. These are a group of people who their lives are not working out for. And what I want to tell you who that is. I have billionaires with billions of dollars in the bank that want to improve the quality of their life. I have A-list celebrities that want to improve. All of them have something in common, that they want more. Who usually wants more? The people who have everything. So in my little case, I was a businessman, and I made money, a lot of money. At one time, I sold a company for my last business venture. I sold a company that they paid $90 million cash for. Uh-huh. I had, at that point, I think $60 million in liquid assets, cash and stuff. And my life was a wreck, more a wreck than anybody's. A wreck. So what do these people, why do A-listers come here? Because they realize that having that chunk of money or that fame or winning their 12th surfing championship of the world or boxing championship or whatever it is, didn't give them this peace or satisfaction that they had hoped for. And this does. This week at Rythmia gives you what you're really looking for. Because once you're done, once you go through this thing, speak to God, God talks back to you. And then you realize that God, of whatever description you believe, has been talking to you your whole life. You were never alone. You were never abandoned. You were never rejected. And there's this big part of you that has never been hurt and never been challenged. And that part grows. All of a sudden, you want to show people how to get that. And you want to become a beneficial presence on the planet. Now I'm going to tell you that I see people here every week, whether they're normal people just like you and me or whatever they're doing, and they believe that they were beyond saving. So this is one of the things that I want to drive home today, is that, and I've had people here, I'm going to tell you something true. I had an arms dealer who decided to stop dealing arms after his week here. Now imagine the guilt that a guy that sells those things carries with him. 20 years in the business of dealing arms. Imagine the guilt that someone has because of the loss of life as a result of their product or whatever the thing is. And imagine that person becoming as free, and I mean free, freedom, free. At the end of the week, you're born again. You are born again. That's like a Christian term, but what it means is that you're new in your soul again. Brand new. So I don't care what your past was like. I don't care what your body count is. I don't care how many startups you failed. I don't care if you're on your 11th marriage. And when I say I don't, I mean it doesn't. There is nothing that is not redeemable. It all happens. So it doesn't matter. One of the things is your failures in life, or your perceived failures, are self-fulfilling prophecies, and your actions dictate the guaranteed repetition of those same failures. It's how shit works. And the beauty part about this is you tried everything and you can't break it. 1 week and that is gone. Gone. And 98 out of 100 people, that is gone, right? Gone. So you can imagine like the various forms of guilt. I have a falcon who's yelling at me because it and I have a relationship. It's like my dog. Anyway, yeah, you can imagine the guilt that people walk in here with, and the self-sabotage, the hate, the self-hatred that they come here with. And in 1 week, it's all gone, reordered. When the other day I was having lunch, and this woman recounted her whole week at Rythmia to me. And it took 15 or 20 minutes of this continuous story. And my girlfriend actually said to me, she said, do you ever get sick of that? And I thought, how could I ever get sick of that? That I just listened to someone tell me that the previous 43 years of their life was horrible, and that they're born again and they have a clean slate and a new future. I can tell you, I don't care. I hope that I'm lucky enough to hear that story 50,000 times 10 years from now, or 100,000 times 10 years from now, depending on how many of these places there are throughout the world. But what a great story. And it could be your story, your new story. I'm going to tell you, when I came to this medicine, I was drinking an enormous amount of alcohol. I did drugs very frequently, whether they were prescription drugs or Xanaxes or injectable drugs or cocaine or whatever. And I hated me. I hated me more than anything in the earth. My kids disliked me. Here it is 12 years later. No alcohol, none. No drugs, none. My kids and I have the best relationships. One I work with every day, my 31-year-old. Every day, my 35-year-old is here every chance he can get. I have the best relationship with my mother, my sisters, my girlfriend, my nieces, the people that work for me. I have a great life, and my life was horrible. So don't tell me that because your husband cheated on you or you cheated on your husband, that it's unrepairable when there's people here that have killed people and immediately are brand new, or their businesses have killed people and they are brand new and free. The what you've done in your past, you've already paid for. Once you admit what you've done, you've already paid for it, because it's been in the back of your mind for the last 10 years. How you respond to that and the new you and how you become a beneficial presence on the planet is what's important, because it doesn't matter where you started. It matters where you're at and where you finish. And that is the absolute truth. Until next week, I want to see you at Rythmia. I have 2 books, Truthonomics, which is a manifestation book, and Stuff the Moon Said, which is a story about how Rythmia came about and the shape that my life was in and how this thing occurred, right? But come here. Don't worry about your past. We'll get rid of it. Only worry about getting here. And once you tell God that you're coming here, it knows what you're coming for, and it prepares your way and delivers to you. So God keep you, God hold you, God bless you, and we will talk to you next week. Cheers.